class, we talked a little bit about how photographers can change our perspective by changing their camera angle and camera position. Now, what you guys are going to be working on at home is sort of changing your camera position so that small objects appear life-size. We're going to be photographing toys and not watching the movie, but telling the story of a toy. Now, what you're going to be thinking about again is how does camera angle affect our sense of scale in photography? So how we know how large or small things are, okay? Now, what you're going to be doing is taking a minimum of 10 to 15 pictures of toys or small objects. Now, if you don't have toys, any little figurines or anything like that, these can all work. So even if you've just got small little statues, anything that is smaller in size will work. And you're going to be photographing them at their eye level. So you're going to use your phone. You want to think about where you can put these figures that will make them sort of appear at home, or, think about what they're doing, what their adventures are going to be. I have a little Bob Ross, so I'm probably going to set him up so that it looks like he's painting, okay, or doing some sort of art project, right? Because that makes sense. Maybe I'll bring him outside. He can just be painting a little happy tree. When you go and photograph them, you want to be photographing them at their eye level. So we're not going to photograph from above, we're going to photograph right at their eye level. So it looks like we are looking through their eyes, okay? The other thing that you can do is photograph from below them. So if I, put him down on a rock and he's painting a happy little tree, I can photograph from what's called worm's eye view and photograph up. This will actually give him sort of the look and vibe that he is big, right, and larger than life. You want to make sure that you really zoom in and fill your frame with your subject matter, which for me is a little Bob Ross, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have background, but we don't want to put anything in the background that gives us that sense of scale. So, for instance, I don't want to have him right next to a car, right? Because a car is huge and he's little, so it will look like he's small. We want to make sure that there's nothing in our frame that gives us a sense of scale. I'm going to show you a few examples so you get an idea, but you can, Google toy photography and see sort of what people are doing, what photographers are doing to really make this illusion work, okay? You're going to be editing your photos, mostly just cropping them and straightening them. And in the end, what you're turning in is a screenshot of all your attempts and your top 3, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is complete this Nearpod, which wasn't working today, which is why I recorded it again. And then you're going to pick toys or small objects and find a location with good lighting. Now, outside works the best, okay? If you're inside, there's always stuff kind of around that throws off this illusion. You want to start photographing. Pay attention to where your camera is focusing because we want this guy to be in focus. When you're using your phone, the closer you get, the more of that outer edge blur you're going to get. The depth of field is going to shrink and get smaller and smaller, but you want your toy, your subject matter, to be in focus. Now remember, get down on their eye level or take it from a worm's eye view, sort of photographing up at them. You're going to edit your images to help kind of create that illusion and tell their story, and then turn in your images, okay? I will check in with you again tomorrow. This is going to be updated in Aspen and also on Teams, and we'll go from there. Thanks.